All right, folks, what is going on? It is me. It is Jersey Cat. You might notice I'm pretty bundled up for September because it's supposed to get down to 36, 35 degrees tonight up here. I don't think I've experienced anything lower than 58 so far this fall. So, yeah, we're going to get a little cold tonight. But hopefully we're going to catch some stripers tonight because, I don't know, it seems like y'all have spoken. Nobody wants to watch my crappy catfish videos, so we'll put out some crappy striper videos. This lake have been really good to me over the last year for numbers, so we're gonna hopefully get on some numbers tonight. We're gonna be throwing the Cast Prodigy Swimbaits, Cast Prodigy 3.1 Swimbaits, jig heads. We're gonna be throwing the mixed stick, you know, the basic run-of-the-mill striper stuff. Keep an eye out. I got a video coming out, video series coming out for that sometime, one day, sometime. I've been pretty busy, so a lot of my plans have been kicked back. I think the entire lake is ours tonight. I drove past 2 ramps. I didn't see any other cars. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday night. It's cold, so we probably do have this lake all to ourselves tonight. Hopefully with this cold front, the fish are biting. The water temperature is down 74 and change, so it's cool enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and diddly dally too much. There's some hydroglows over there we're gonna go hit. We'll go hit the high percentage areas real quick, see if we get the skunk off the boat, and then maybe we'll go hit some points and whatnot with a bomber and stuff, see if there's a topwater bite out here tonight. I guess nothing else to say really. I guess we're just gonna go get at it, man. We're just gonna go catch some fish, Go start hammering away at them. I need some action, man. Let me quit blabbing. Let's go fishing. I'll see y'all in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna start out with the Cast Prodigy, and mostly because the Cast Prodigy was such a killer bait here in the fall. In the spring and late winter, that we're just gonna roll with it. Hopefully the results are the same. Their daytime temperatures up here have been 70s, 60s for a minute now, and their nighttime temperatures have been 50s and 40s. Good buddy. All right, there's hope for this yet. Hit it on the ball, you little bum. Got him. Got him. A little drag rip in there. You hear that? Did you hear that? Some drag came off the rip. The size might be lacking, but it's a striped bass. It is the right kind of fish. Of course, we would like them to be bigger, but we'll settle for the right species. It's just start. It's a start. Of course, now I got the camera light facing me right in the face. Face me right in the eyes, whatever you want to say. Got another one, boys. All right, this is what I came up with for. I didn't think they were going to be very big, but I thought we'd have better chance of getting some numbers to fish. And so far, that was correct. Come on, stop it. Stab it. Stab it. little bit bigger than the last one. I wonder if y'all can hear all them coyotes or not. Can you? Can you hear all those coyotes? No? Okay. Just asking. See, the one thing that this light had going for it that the other ones didn't, this light's right off the main river channel. So maybe the fish are just cruising out of the deep water, coming up here, grabbing a bite to eat, and then cruising right back to the deep water. So those other lights I want to hit actually have better access to the deeper water if those lights are on. I don't know if they're on or not. So we're gonna have to go scope it out. Old Jersey cat has started wearing a life vest while he's running and dropping anchors and such. You know, for multiple reasons. One of the reasons, I mean, I don't want to set a bad example. People who watch videos, you know, think it's cool to see me, you know, see me out there without a life vest. Think it's cool when it's not. You know, that's me being reckless. I have things to live for, so. These are a couple dock lights that are much closer to deeper water, so hopefully there's some bigger fish on them. You know, early in the fall, big fish like to have easy access to deep water, so I think this checks that box. We were hooked up and we didn't even know it. That's what I get for not keeping tension on the line. I didn't see no fish. And, false sense that there wouldn't be anything there. Hooked up, boys. Hooked up. Hooked up aboard. First bite, God service. What this we got? Another diaper striper. Hey, 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 chill, chill, take it easy, hey. Man, these little guys are always so green, man. How long you fight these guys for? They've got endless amounts of energy. And that's a true strain, it's not a hybrid. I could throw the McStick up in there, but these fish are so small, and they do such damage to themselves when they get hooked on the McStick with the treble hooks that I don't really want to put them through that. One thing I can tell you for sure is the fish are splitting pretty quick after we get a bite. Like 2 bites and then they split quick. I mean, I know the lights on the boat have something to do with it, but I'm not even going to take my life vest off for this one. You might ask, why did I choose a big bulky life vest instead of an auto inflate? Well, it turns out when it gets below freezing, auto inflate life vests, they auto inflate. And I found out the hard way twice before I stopped messing with them in the cold months. Alright, y'all. Look, if I step back, it gets real foggy. And then you get close. And then you get far away. It's cold up here right now. It's like, I don't know, 39 or 40 degrees. I never thought I'd say that for the month of September in Georgia. But dang, it's cold up here. I mean, it's not like freezing cold, but when you haven't felt anything below like 60, and then all of a sudden you jump down to high 30s, low 40s, it's freezing. We caught 3 little diaper stripers so far. We're gonna go hit a couple other spots real quick, but I don't know. This was a dumb idea. I should have waited a few weeks before I jumped into the whole striper fishing at night and the cold thing. I'm not ready for all this yet. Look at that fog. Can y'all see that fog? You know, because the water temperature is 75 and the air temperature, you know, I mean, heck, we're almost 40 degrees colder outside than the water temperature is. I bet if I jumped in that lake right now, it'd feel like a warm bath water. But we're not gonna do that, so yeah, don't expect to see any cool stuff like that on my video, because I ain't jumping in no lake. I guess we're gonna run back by these other spots and see if we can pick up a couple more little dink stripers just to say we caught some more fish. But yeah, I mean, hey, on the plus side, we did fix the boat motor. It was a low pressure fuel pump issue, but the boat motor's fixed, so now we can run and do other stuff again. Alright, enough blabbing in the camera. Let's go see if we can find some fish. I'll see y'all in a minute. BASS bass. Spotted bass to be exact. Boop, boop, boop. Better fish. Feels like a better fish. I think this one's a hybrid. Got a lot more spunk to him than those other. Shook the hook right out. But there you go. I didn't even turn the light all the way on. That mist is making it cold. Hey. engulfed that thing. Unruly little guy. That's number 5. No, he might be a hybrid. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much more I got in me. My hands are freezing. But it is 38 degrees, September 29th in Georgia. North Georgia, but still Georgia. It's cold, man. You know, I guess you could call it a good little warm-up, even though we weren't very warm for most of the night. But we did catch 5 stripers. We did catch a bass. I guess this is my outro because I'm cold. I'm going to head back to the truck. Probably going to take a nap. Probably going to go home. Actually, no, there's no problem. We're going home. You know, I had this crazy idea in my head earlier that maybe we might take the hour drive to this other lake. Doesn't have dock lights and go try to hit that. But from what I'm seeing, the bigger fish just aren't pulling up shallow at night yet. So I don't imagine the other lake's going to be any better. Especially because the other lake is probably maybe a week behind this lake as far as water temperature and patterns go. This is the most extreme striper lake in Georgia as far as location, geographical location. So this tends to hit winter patterns faster than other lakes and tends to come out of the spring patterns slower than other lakes due to where it's at. But yeah, we caught 5 stripers. We caught a spot. We had a pretty good amount of bites. I mean, we probably had, I don't know, a dozen bites. You know, good solid hits that I felt like we had potential to hook up. But oh well, like I said, good little warm up, little test to see where the bite is at right now. I think it's still probably, judging from what I've seen tonight, 2 weeks behind of where we need to be as far as being consistent and finding decent fish after dark. So I'll come back up here in a couple weeks. And plus, I mean, it's going to be, if we get the rain that they say we're supposed to get, or possibly get, if that storm comes back inland a little bit, it might be 2 weeks before I can come back up here and fish it anyways. Because this lake does get pretty muddy pretty quickly, pretty easily. But yeah, I'm just out here floating around, man. A little tired. Was cool to come out and catch some stripers tonight. As I've repeated in other sections of my video, please pray for Florida. Florida, we're praying for you. That was a pretty messed up set of circumstances, how that storm went from a category nothing to almost a category 5 pretty quickly. I could see why a lot of people didn't evacuate. I wouldn't have. I'd have been like, this is Florida, we ain't leaving for no category 1. And then in 24 hours it made landfall at almost a category 5. So, you know, I get it. I guess that's probably why all my family stayed behind. But man, I tell you what, look at the stars up there. It's amazing. You know, last time I seen stars this thick was up in Canada. I usually give my buddy a bunch of crap because he'll be like, man, you see that shooting star up there? I'll be like, no, I'm fishing. I'm not looking up. I'm looking down at the water. Why are you looking up at this guy? You should be looking at the water. I give him a hard time for it. But, you know, when you're in places like this, and you look up, it is impressive. That's a lot of stars, man. Making me have a twinge of nostalgia for the 80s being up on the Rideau in Canada. Grandpa, if you're out there looking down on me, we caught some fish tonight. Wish you were here. Always wish you were here. Man, this is cold out. 30 something degrees. Can't believe it. But I knew it coming up here. I should have went and fished the other lake because it's going to be almost 10 degrees warmer over there. But I decided to be hardcore Jersey cat, you know. Years ago, I built up a reputation for fishing in some of the worst elements you could possibly think of. I fished in ice storms, snowstorms, everything. And, you know, people used to give me crap. You're going to die out there one day. And I always used to tell them, if I do die out there fishing, I died winning. You know, I died doing what I loved. I didn't die on the toilet. I didn't die of cancer. I didn't die of a myriad of other things that would be pretty painful and horrible. I died doing what I loved. So I went out on top. That's what I tell people. But now that I have a beautiful wife, you know, and more to live for than just fishing, I don't want to fish those days no more. I mean, I will if somebody told me, hey, you want to go fishing an ice storm tonight? I'll be like, what's the incentive? You're going to catch a 50-pound striped bass. I'll do that. We could do that. Yeah, let's do that. I'll go fish an ice storm. I'll get pelted in the face with ice and rain and all that stuff. Hey, 55 pounder, that's worth it. Let's do it. Oh, I'm tired. I'm being goofy. That's it, man. Jersey Catch Fishing Adventures. And this was an adventure. We didn't fish Lake Lanier. We actually went pretty far. You know, almost 2 hours away from home for 5 little striped bass. You know, that's I got the wide lens on, so it's making my fingers look way further apart than they are. My fingers are only like maybe 8 inches apart, but on that camera view, it looks like they're about 1.5 feet. I love the distortion of this thing. Like, that's why I'm like, look at how long my finger gets. My forearm is really, really long. I have the longest arm in the world. Go. All right, I'm done goofing off. I'll see y'all later. This is Jersey Catch Fishing Adventures. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you didn't like what you see, subscribe, because it's gonna get better. I promise this. Leave a like, leave a comment, throw some feedback in there. Let me know what's going on. And until next time, man, stay safe, take care, and pray for Florida. Talk to y'all later. Bye.